Our second training on how to safely dispose of prescription medications. So here is a brief overview of our first training. And so the purpose is to provide community members with a way to safely dispose of unused, unwanted, and expired prescription medications, and also to increase your knowledge and heighten awareness around the proper methods to dispose of prescription medications. Okay, next slide. Why is this important? Next slide. So when we have medications that are hanging around in the house, or maybe even in our medicine cabinets, sometimes when we have children or teenagers, pets in the home, and also for those seeking to abuse medications, it could be a temptation, or maybe by mistake, they can get a hold of those medications, and that is not good. It can cause severe harm, overdose, and even death. So we want to make sure that we dispose of those prescription medications properly. Next slide, please. So here's some key things to note. Like I said before, is that when we leave our medications hanging around, apparently this is a problem and it has become a public safety issue and leading to accidental poisoning, misuse, or overdose. Also, as Otto is going to talk about, it helps us to protect the environment when we learn how to destroy of these medications and dispose of these medications properly. Next slide, please. So now the topic for this evening: can medications be thrown in the trash? Next slide. All right, so there are 3 ways to dispose of medications. As we spoke about on April 27 during our first training, the most recommended and approved way to dispose of medications is through your neighborhood drop box. Now, as we're going to talk more about tonight in a few minutes, there are ways that you can throw your medications in the household trash. And then the third way to throw medications, we would like you to come back and learn about how to do that on June 22. Next slide. As a note, sometimes our prescription medications come with instructions on how to dispose of our medications. And if that is the case, please follow those instructions. However, if there are no instructions, or if there aren't any pill drop boxes or drug take-back sites in your neighborhood or community, then we are going to give you some instructions on how to dispose of those medications safely in your household trash. Next slide. We're going to view a short video.
You always read the labels on your over-the-counter and prescription medications and take them according to directions. You take care to store them up and away and out of sight of young children to avoid accidental poisoning and keep them out of the hands of those who might abuse them. What you might not know is how important it is to also safely dispose of medications that are expired or that you no longer want. You should never take medications that have expired or are damaged in some way because they may no longer work and can even be harmful. But what does safe disposal mean? More than 40% of medications sold are believed to end up unused, so you're not the only one wondering what to do. This film walks you through how to dispose of your medications in a way that's safe for your loved ones, prevents abuse, and is friendly to the environment. First, make sure you're not getting more medication than you need. Check with a healthcare professional before filling a prescription if you think you're getting more doses than you need. If you get prescription medications from an online or mail-order pharmacy, periodically check your automatic refills. If you don't stay on top of them, you could be paying for unneeded medications that could start to pile up. When you're ready to get rid of unwanted medications, you can usually dispose of them at home in 3 simple steps. But first, check the label and package inserts to see if there are any specific disposal instructions. There are a few medications that you should flush because they can be harmful, even in just 1 dose. Flushing gets rid of them quickly and reduces the danger of unintentional misuse or abuse. Certain adhesive pain patches that deliver medication through the skin are a good example. They are strong enough to cause breathing problems and even death in infants, young children, and pets. Even used patches have enough remaining medication to do harm. You may be wondering if it's okay for the environment if you flush your medications. Scientists continue to study this, but most of the medications found in the environment get there from people taking them and naturally passing them through their bodies. However, to be on the safe side, never flush a medication unless the directions specifically tell you to do so. Also, certain types of medication like inhalers, needles, or aerosols may have specific disposal instructions. If you don't want to dispose of your medications at home, and there are no specific instructions, you can dispose of medications at local take-back programs through the DEA or your local community, pharmacy, or law enforcement agency take-back days. Call your city to see what's available near you. Look for events in September when the DEA usually hosts a National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, and go to www.dea.gov to learn more. If no take-back program is available, the simplest way to dispose of all over-the-counter medications and most prescription medications is to throw them in the trash at home following these simple steps. First, remove the medication from its original container and mix it with something undesirable like kitty litter, dirt, or coffee grounds. This makes the medication less appealing and less recognizable to children, pets, or those actively seeking drugs. Seal the mixture in a bag, can, or other container that prevents leaking. Then, throw it in the trash. You should also protect your privacy by destroying the personal information on your prescription label or making it unreadable by scratching out the information. And finally, never give your unwanted medications to friends. Healthcare professionals prescribe or recommend medication based on your specific symptoms and medical history. Something that works for you could be dangerous for someone else. Safe disposal of your OTC and prescription medications is important, easy, and in most cases free. If you are still unsure of how to dispose of a medication, you can always...
Okay, so let's just do a recap. So the first thing that you need to do to safely dispose of medications in your trash at home, you take the medication out of the packaging. Please do not crush any tablets or capsules. Place the medication in a sealed plastic bag or a sealed container. Mix the medication, liquid or pills, with an unappealing substance such as dirt, cat litter, coffee grounds that will deter children or animals. And black out all personal information on the bottle label with a black felt tip marker. Next slide, please. Why is it unsafe to crush a tablet or capsule before throwing it away? Well, crushing pills to disguise them before you throw them away places the person who is crushing the pills at a risk for exposure to the drug through the skin or by inhaling the dust from the pill. So we never want to crush them. This is another way to safely dispose of unwanted or expired medications. You can go to, I know they have some at Walmart and also at, I think it's Walgreens, but I'm sure any drugstore will have something similar. It's called Dispose RX, and you open up the cap on your, the bottle, and you pour water into the bottle, you add the Dispose RX, you close and you shake it for about 30 seconds, and that will turn into gel. And then you can safely throw that in the trash. Next slide. And finally, follow any disposal instructions that may already come with your prescription. Do not flush prescriptions down the toilet unless you're told to do so. And actually, our training number 3 is going to be talking more about how to flush safely. You take advantage of the pill drop or drug take-back programs in your community or neighborhood. And then when you are uncertain about proper disposal, you can always talk to your pharmacist. Next slide. Now we have 2 special public service announcements regarding pill drop locations in Harford County.
We're at the Harford County Sheriff's Office. Here is the drop box for unwanted or unused prescription medications. Just bring it right here, right off of Route 40 in Edgewood, and just place it in here. They accept the prescriptions, patches, bottles of pills, whatever it is that you have at home that you're not using. We want to make sure that your home is safe. And so you just bring it here at any time and keep yourself safe at home.
And we have one more.
Unused and patches, bottles of pills, whatever.
Right here, we're with Deputy Dabrowski, and we are here in front of the Bel Air pill drop facility. The location is 45 Main Street, right here in Bel Air. So if you're in this area, you don't even have to come inside. You come right here and you see the pill drop box right on the outside. If you have old medication, out of date medication, or someone in your family may have had passed away or moved away, and they left medication in the box. Take all of that and dispose of it right here at 45 Main Street, Bel Air.
Okay.